tall, sexy, leggy, and with cheekbones that could cut glass. Supermodel Lisa S is the new VJ on Channel V, and although she's graced countless magazine covers like Elle and Vogue, more people know her as the partner of actor Daniel Wu for 6 years. I asked Lisa S about her career and her love life, including how many men she's been with, and is Daniel Wu good in bed? So when people have to guess your nationality or your race, what do they usually...
Depends on what country I'm in.
Right.
When I was living in Milan, it was Italian.
Yeah.
When I was living, I am half French, so when I was living in Paris, it was French. When I was in Israel, I am Jewish as well, but when I was in Israel, it was Israeli. When I was in Thailand, it was half Thai. It really depends. And that's really advantageous for me, for my job, for my other job, not for Channel V, but for my modeling. So it actually works to my benefit.
You should just say, my race is hot. Yeah, I'm from the land called hot.
I'm from the land of hotness.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Lisa S. What does S stand for?
It's my stepfather's name. I was adopted by my stepfather, and it's Selesner.
Selesner.
But when you spell it Selesner, my first 6 months in Hong Kong, I got Selesner, Sylvester, Sleesner, Celesbian. That was my favorite one. I think about a lesbian is when I decided S would be better. It's a language thing. Totally a language thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does Q stand for?
Quigley.
Right.
Language thing again. Can you imagine in Hong Kong saying
Quigley?
that Quigley? It's very difficult. Yeah.
Okay. Another tip for you girls: if you want to date Daniel Wu,
you gotta have one letter.
You have to have one letter.
Now in Hong Kong, if you do date, most Hong Kong girls do have a one-letter last name, especially the foreigners, because of this issue.
Okay.
So you'll be hard-pressed to find a model with a full last name.
Do you speak Cantonese at all?
I can curse like a truck driver. Yeah. Oh no. I want to be welcomed back into your country. I don't want to offend anybody. I can curse like a truck driver, and I understand probably, I would say, about 55 to 60% if I know the subject that you're talking about. But I'm not fluent by any means.
Okay. 6 years, that's a long time.
It's like ancient. It's ancient in Celebrityville.
Yeah, in celebrity world, relationships don't last that long, would you say?
Well, I don't know if they don't. I guess they don't last that long. I think it's also it's a hazard of your job because you're constantly out of town. A lot of people can't handle that. You know, a lot of people when they're dating somebody, they want to be around that person all the time. When you're dating a celebrity, you're not going to be around that person very often. So, and not only that, but I think in Hollywood it seems like people change partners because they're very open about their relationships and they tell people, hey, I'm dating so-and-so. And I think in Asia, they date the same. I think Asians date the same, but they're just a lot more reserved about who they tell. They don't tell the whole world, I'm dating so-and-so. They wait at least a half a year, and they know that you're going to be around for a while, then they'll tell people.
Did you already know Daniel when you met him?
No, I didn't. I knew who he was. I didn't know to the extent of who he was,
right?
Because I just come from overseas. But I saw this incredible cover of a magazine. It was for Hong Kong Magazine, where he was booty naked on the magazine, and all he had in front of his private part was a very large watch. And I saw him, and I was with my girlfriend that day, and I thought, wah. I was like, wow, who's that? You know, but to me, he looked Eurasian. And he was really one of the first full Asian guys that I was really attracted to. I thought he was mixed. I had no idea. And so my girlfriend at the time said, oh, just give up. He's got a girlfriend. Give up. He's got a long-term girlfriend. It was Maggie Q, yeah. And she said, give up. He's got a girlfriend and she's gorgeous. And I was like, okay, but one day, you never know, one day. And sure enough, one day I got the guy.
It happened, yeah.
It happened.
Like, who made the first move?
I would, you know what, I'm sure if you asked him, he would say him, but the truth is me.
Really?
I think it was me. We ended up doing, Friends, I made it very vocal. When I heard that he was single, I made it very vocal. I was very vocal about the fact that I like this guy and, you know, I wouldn't mind being silly with him. And we have similar friends. We have the same group of friends. So I think it kind of got around that way. I said it, and then my friend said to him, I really want to introduce you to Lisa because I think you guys would get along. You're both American, and you guys have a similar personality. And in the end, we did meet, but he was surrounded by like 20 girls. We were at this party, and he had like 20 girls around him. So I was like, I don't want to be here. I'm the type that when I see that, I will go far away. I am not a groupie. I don't need to be a groupie. I can look at you from afar. I'm fine about that. You know, I'm not one of those girls that... So then the second time I ran into him, we did a shoot together, a magazine shoot for an architectural magazine because he's an architect. And at the end of the shoot, I walked up to him, I gave him my number, and I said, you know what? If you ever want to go to the movies, here's my number.
let me ask you this. I think a lot of people want to know, but they don't know whom to ask and they don't know if they should ask. Is Daniel good in bed?
We're really nice to cuddle with.
Okay. Well, you've been with him for 6 years.
Yeah. Well,
there must be reasons.
Yeah, you know, he gives a really good back rub. And he's really, you know what? We're together for 6 years.
Do you give good back rubs?
Not really. I have to say I'm kind of a selfish girlfriend. Yeah.
What does that mean?
I'm unashamed. I don't know how to cook. My man cooks for me.
Wow.
I choose my men wisely. I always choose my men wisely. And I'm not big on the back rubs, but he gives me back rubs. And I mean, look, if you wake up...
So what do you offer in the relationship?
Me?
Just fun?
Just me. You can stare at me all day long. That's not bad, is it?
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice view. No.
Yeah. I mean, like, I've never been with anybody that every single morning, there's never been a day that I've woken up, bedhead, bad breath and all, that I've gone, not a day. And that tells you something, honestly. I mean, even on a much more cerebral level, that tells you something.
Is he the hottest guy you've ever dated?
Absolutely, hands down. Hands down.
Have you dated ugly guys before?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I had a boyfriend in Milan who was booty ugly.
Why? Then why should you date him? Was he funny? Was that it? Woody Allen-ish kind of funny?
I was young and dumb, and he was the DJ of a club.
Oh, okay.
You know, and to be honest, a DJ of a club when you're at that age could literally have the face of a pig, and he would still have a huge following of women. It's just exciting to date a DJ, and it's fun and all this stuff. So, but he had an incredible personality, and at that time he was much older than me, and it was kind of quasi-father figure. I think if you're going to be booty ugly, you better have one heck of a personality.
How many guys have you dated?
Thousands. No, I'm just kidding.
Hundreds.
No, not even hundreds. Are you kidding?
50s.
No, I could probably count them on two hands. I don't know. You know,
I lost count?
I lost
Sometimes
count.
you were too drunk to remember.
That's what it is. No, I'm a serial monogamist.
Wow.
I am a serial monogamist.
Wow.
I had maybe just 1 year where I just had fun. And I mean, I'm not talking fun like you guys have fun. I think I had like two small, short-term relationships within the course of 1 year. That's the craziest I've ever been in a relationship. I'm kind of a loner in that way. I don't really feel there's not a necessity to have a partner. So when I find one that I like and I like hanging out with all the time, I'm with that person, you know?
Sometimes beautiful women don't get along with other women.
Yeah, I know.
Are you one of them?
I don't know why.
Are they jealous?
I don't know. I guess I hate saying it's jealousy because then I feel like I'm saying, hey, I'm worth getting jealous about. I don't know. It's intimidation. I think
they think of you as a threat?
A threat, whether it's my height. I mean, a lot of people, it just comes down to my height because I'm so tall that people get intimidated. Or whether it's because when I'm not smiling, I don't look like a very nice person. Or, which most people, when they meet me, they realize it's just the way God made my face. It's just the way it is. Or it's because I speak fast. I mean, there's a myriad of, or it's my job, or it's my boyfriend. I could give you a list of 100 things, but most of my friends are guys.
What kind of guys do you like to date?
They have to be funny.
They have to be funny?
They have to be.
Is Daniel Wu funny?
Oh my gosh. He's hilarious.
Really?
He's hilarious. He's a very straight character in the public. But that's what makes him a great actor. He's acting in front of all you guys, right?
Well, even in interviews, he doesn't seem funny. He seems like a very straightforward, no-nonsense kind of guy.
He is very straightforward, and he knows what he wants, okay? And he knows what's right and he knows what's wrong. So in that sense, yeah, he's no nonsense. But on the other hand, he's really silly. Oh, yeah, he's a silly Billy.
So you are very talkative?
Yes.
Did you say very talkative? Does Daniel ever go like, shh, just shh?
Let me tell you, Daniel likes my job at Channel V. Because when I get home, I don't talk anymore. Honestly, like seriously, I get all of my crazy energy out at work, and plus my VJs they're really funny. I don't know if you've met them yet, but Dom and Alvi have so much energy that after working with them, I actually come down. Okay. And he thanks Channel V for that every day.
How'd you get the job?
I auditioned like everybody else. I got a phone call from a friend who knew a friend who knew a friend who knew somebody at Channel V, or I should say Star TV in Hong Kong. And so I went in and I met a woman who had me do an audition, and I wasn't the last audition either, because I remember her telling me that they were flying some people in from the Philippines to audition too. So I did it the same way everybody else did.
Okay. Like, what exactly did you say to them? Because you sealed it at the audition stage, right? The very first audition. Did you seal it then?
I don't know. You'd have to ask them, actually. I have no idea where I sealed it. I didn't say much. I mean, I remember I walked in and I just said, this is what I want to do. And you guys aren't going to stop me. So either it's with you or with somebody else, but this is what I want to do. And I think they liked my forwardness about that. Already when I walked in, they saw that could be advantageous to be a VJ, to be forward. I'm not a shrinking violet. If I want to ask you something, I will ask you something, you know. And then that was it. And then I walked into the audition room and there was a teleprompter.
Yeah.
Now, I work for a channel in Hong Kong where I'm hosting a show. I used to host a show, and we had to memorize our lines. I'd never seen a teleprompter before, so I walked in, and I think the woman said I looked like a deer caught in headlights, because I was looking in the camera, and I was like, what do I do? And they're like, just read. I'm like, but you're going to see my eyes go from side to side. They said, not if you're good. Right? And so I did it. And the funny thing is, after I finished reading, I just did something. I read something on there. And then they turned on the mic for the people in the control booth, and they were all clapping. Yay! And I was like, what's going on? They said, wow, you're like one of the first girls in 10 that came in that could actually read.
Wow.
So I think maybe that's why I got the job, because I could read.
Okay. Okay, so that's all you have to be to get the VJ job, right? Just be able to read, is that it?
Yeah, well, reading is definitely a bonus, but no, you have.
But you have to be really tall, like her. She's 1.8. That's why we're sitting down for this interview, because I don't want to stand next to her. I'm 1.7.
No, actually, to be honest, I'm the tallest VJ I think in the world. I think I take the cake for being that. I think most VJs are about average
including
height.
The guys?
Dom is taller than me when I'm wearing flat shoes.
Okay.
When I'm wearing heels, I'm taller than everybody in the whole world.
You were discovered when you were 14 years old?
13 and a half, almost 14.
13 and a half? By whom?
I ride horses. I was horse showing. I was doing a horse competition. I do show jumping, like what you see in the Olympics. And I was wearing my hard riding helmet, the button-up shirt. Yeah. I was red. I was sweating. I was really hot. And this photographer took a picture of me and sent my pictures anonymously to Elite New York. And then they ended up calling.
Wow.
Totally freak accident, I know. And she did know my mother, so that's how they ended up having my phone number. And then I went up to meet the people from Elite. And my summer between my junior and senior year in high school, I went to go work up in New York.
That's very Christy Tillington, I think, because she was discovered when she was riding horses as well.
That's right, kind of. We have a similar path. I just wish that I would have become an international supermodel like her. But she's stunning.
You will be. You're on your way there.
Thank you.
Who are your like role models or women you look up to in the modeling world?
It's funny you say Christy Turlington is my #1 modeling role model. She did it the way that I would have hoped I could have done it, but I got a little greedy. But she did.
What does that mean?
Meaning that she took her business to the point that she felt she could not grow any longer, and then she backed away, and she went to NYU, and she got a degree at New York University. Then she started her own company called Nuala, the yoga company.
The yoga company.
And now she's going back into modeling as more than just Christy Turlington, the supermodel. Now she's the overall personality. What I really respect about her is that she wasn't greedy. When she felt like she had run her course in the 90s, she just backed away quietly. She didn't crash and burn. I have a lot of respect for models that do that. Unfortunately, in modeling, you never know when the end is coming. So a lot of models tend to kind of drag it out for too long until you're left at the point where you don't have any work and you feel bad about yourself because you feel like nobody loves me anymore. And I know that's happened to a lot of models. And so I respect her because she walked away before that could happen.
She's a remarkably smart woman. I've seen interviews with her. I mean, she is not a bimbo. She knows what she's doing. She knows how to make use of her looks to become rich.
And she's breathtaking.
She is breathtaking.
I did a show with her in Milan quite a number of years ago, and I was staring at her. I hope she doesn't think... I think she thought I was hitting on her, but we were sitting in the makeup chairs, and I was just staring at her through the mirror like... I mean, she's just perfect. It's just perfection.
She is.
Yeah.
Were you ever sort of involved in the excesses of the fashion industry?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah? The drinking, the...
Yeah, everything. I've done everything. I mean, I've experienced everything that... on the bad side of modeling, and I'm glad I'm not saying that I condone it in any way, and I don't do it anymore. I'm glad I got it out of my system at a very young age.
Okay.
And I'm really lucky because when I was indulging in just the party atmosphere, I had a really good group of friends that were really looking out for me.
Okay.
So I was in a safe environment.
What about mom and dad? Did they ever intervene?
Yeah, mom and dad didn't know. Mom and dad are only slowly now finding out little tidbits because the older I get, I want to be open with my parents. Yeah. And the older you get, they can't reprimand me anymore because I'm a woman, I'm an adult. So I've slowly let stuff slip out.
Like?
Yeah. Oh, just like excesses that I've indulged
like?
in. Yeah, I'd like to come back to your country. Excessive drinking. Okay, and this is something I really got out of my system. I can't even drink half a glass of wine now without getting totally drunk.
Oh.
That's why I feel I'm okay to tell that now to my parents. Like I was telling her that when I was younger and underage, I used to go to discos in New York and drink lots of vodka.
Okay. So, you've got tattoos, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Show us.
I like tattoos. I guess this is my very first tattoo, which I got done in Milan.
Wow.
Yeah, don't ask me what the meaning is. I was just young. I can't even make up a story for you guys. It was actually done freehand by a very famous tattoo artist in Europe. That's why I let him do it.
Very nice.
It's really nice. It's really old. It's faded now.
Yeah.
Then I got this one.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm lying. My very, very, very first tattoo is this little tiny one in the middle. Can you see it?
Oh, it's
just
so cute.
that one. Yeah, and then a couple months later, I went that one, and then a couple months later, I got that one. This was also in Italy.
Very cute.
Yeah, and then this one is my favorite tattoo. My bird.
Right. What? This is for you, boy?
It's a bird.
It's a bird. Is there anywhere in your body that says D?
I'm not telling you.
For Daniel?
Absolutely not. You know what? The one thing I've learned, I had an ex-boyfriend that tattooed my name on his chest, and I broke up with him a couple weeks later.
Oh.
I've learned never, no matter how in love you think you are at that time, no matter how many drinks you've had, you are not that in love to get a person's name tattooed on your body because you never know what's going to happen.
Do you usually dump the guy, or have you ever been dumped yourself?
I've been dumped. I've been dumped a couple of times.
Why? Why were you dumped?
Probably the worst one was, I don't know if I was technically dumped. You know what? It's not that I was dumped, as I was cheated on, which is a different situation.
Yes,
okay?
of course.
And then I kind of felt like being dumped, but he tried to get back together with me. No, I've never been dumped by a guy.
How many times have you fallen in love?
3 times.
3 times?
Mm-hmm. High school sweetheart, New York guy from New York, and the one I'm with now.
How many secret admirers have you had?
I don't know. They wouldn't be secret if I knew, right?
But they might have sent letters or email?
No. I've never gotten... well, I've gotten one random one on Facebook. Some guy found out what my real last name is because I only use my real last name on Facebook, and he wrote some mystery message. But he claims that I knew him, but I don't know who this guy is. That's the only one. Yeah.
Have you ever been stalked?
Not that I know of. Okay. I don't think so. I hope not. I had a friend that happened to, and it's a really, really scary experience because you cannot control it. And especially being female and being independent and wanting to walk around on your own, it's kind of a scary prospect.
Lisa S, thank you so much for being on RazorPop. It was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you.